And welcome back to the Mountain Morning Show. As you can hear us chatting and laughing, I'm talking with Jim and Billie Harsch. We were just talking about their last name. Because I asked them, I said, okay, it's Harsch, right? And they said, yes, just remember, don't be harsh. But they're not harsh people at all. They are the nicest people. They're with Mountain Town Realty Group. And if you're wanting to talk to them about real estate or whatnot, they're the people to talk to. You guys are very, very knowledgeable, and you're very personable with your clients. And that's what you guys pride yourself in.
That's right.
So, and how do you do that? I mean, you think about, you get all these clients coming in, and it's easy to kind of maybe forget about this guy or that guy, but you guys really try to invest into them.
Personally, I think that one of our strengths is that Jim is very analytical, and I'm more social. So consequently, we kind of complement each other that way. The thing I love about Jim is that he does a lot of analysis of what's going on in the market. He's very, very knowledgeable about what's happening here, what the prices are doing. We've had a lot of people contacting us to help them with their tax bills, just saying, is this really what I should be paying? And we've done a lot of analysis for people that way, and we do that, just because we want to help people.
Right, good for you guys. Now, let's talk about how is the real estate market these days. Everybody's wondering, how is it? When's it going to get better? What's it doing?
Well, the market was down a little bit in August compared to June and July, but that kind of followed the national trend. August is typically not a terribly strong month for us, particularly as we get into the shoulder season, and hopefully it's going to pick up as winter comes and the snow falls, and hopefully not on Wednesday, but we'll see how that goes.
I don't think we'll be out skiing on Wednesday.
We won't. That's why we don't want it. We want to remind people it'll be snow flurries in the mountaintops, so don't stress too much. What are the good months for real estate, typically?
Usually May and June, July are very good, as well as February, March, and April. People come for Christmas, have a great time, decide they want to buy real estate.
They've spent so much money on Christmas, they decide to spend so much more money on a house.
That's right.
Can't get enough of spending money.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because in the spring, in the May, June, July, it's mostly homes. In the February, March, April, it's more condos, because now we're looking at people that, want to be able to come here and ski a couple of weeks a year, but they also want to be able to rent, whereas people in the summer are looking for homes that they want to live in.
So if people are thinking about the real estate market or wanting to get into it or wanting to start buying, what do you tell them?
We think that prices have bottomed out in the single-family home market, and now's a pretty good time to pick up a single-family home. There are some realistic sellers out there as opposed to some that haven't lowered their prices. Condo market still has some corrections, we think. There are some great deals up in the Canyons area, and you just got to look around and give us a call, and we'll find you a good deal.
Well, everybody around the country is wondering, is the recession over? What about particularly here in Park City?
Well, I think what we see, we've always trended behind the national average. I mean, if you were looking at what we were talking about a year or two ago, and they were saying, Utah is still way above the curve when it comes to unemployment, when it comes to job loss, to wages, to those things. But we have a tendency to trend to be 1 to 1.5 years behind what everybody else is doing. So we're now struggling a little bit more, while other areas of the country are starting to come out of it. But we never go as deep, and therefore we also never spring back as high, which gives us a little bit of leverage there. We're always more in the middle, which I think is good for people, because they're not going to see these huge California overbuilds, and they're not going to see the Detroit loss of income the way there are in other areas.
Good to know. Now, I was just sitting here thinking about this while you guys were talking. I have a couple friends that recently got married, and they were saying, we're really trying to be able to afford a home by the end of the year, because they get, $8,000 back for first home buyers. I mean, is this the time you should be encouraging first home buyers to get out there and really be looking?
Absolutely, because that first time home buyer's credit expires at the end of November. So there's only 60 days left, and by the time you get through the home search process and get it closed, you're getting close to the deadline.
What about, should they be looking at foreclosures, that kind of a thing, or just, where should they start? A lot of these people are going, okay, this is my first home. I don't know if I can afford it.
Well, I think really when it's your first home, you need to talk to a real estate agent.
Mm-hmm.
You really need, whether it's us or someone else, but you need to be talking to a professional that can help guide you to where, first of all, what can you afford, and how's the best way to go. There's some really good deals out there, and there are also some foreclosures that are, reasonable deals as well. But I think it's all, particularly for a first home buyer that wants to take advantage of the tax credit, you're probably going to struggle with a foreclosure or a short sale because it takes so long for the banks to respond to you.
Okay.
So you're better off to buy a home that is not in foreclosure or short sale because you'll be able to get the process done faster.
Well, and anything else you guys want to say about foreclosures and short sales?
As we mentioned last month on the air, we just established a new website called avoidforeclosuresinparkcity.com. And that's got a lot of content and answers a lot of questions about what's going on with short sales and foreclosures. And it gets updated every month in terms of the latest and greatest things that's happening in that market.
So is it good ways, is it things people should be thinking about or suggestions? What are the things that you guys the advice you're giving to people to avoid foreclosures?
Well, we have all kinds of charts and graphs in there of, the last thing you want to do is a foreclosure because it really kills your credit and security clearance and everything else. We're trained in doing short sales and can hopefully move it through the process a little faster than a lot of people because it takes a complete package to go to the bank to get it approved in a timely manner.
And so if people want to come to you, they can come to you for advice on foreclosures, their first home, maybe it's, just their next home they want. But you guys are really going to be...
Or even a second home or an investment property. But, yes, we're very experienced in all of those areas. And Jim, like I said, can give you every statistic known to man to help you make a decision.
I'm more like you, Billie. I'm more the social person. Analytical, it's not all there in my brain.
But I'm glad he can do that.
Yeah, you guys make a good team. Again, they are very personable. If you want to talk to them, how are they going to find you guys?
Well, we've given all of our information that will probably come up on the screen shortly, but you can call us. Our office phone is 435-615-6637.
Okay.
And Jim's cell phone is 435-640-5106.
And website?
Unlockparkcity.com.
Or we have
our blog site is parkcityjournal.com, and then we have avoidforeclosuresinparkcity.com, which has everything you need to know about foreclosures and short sales.
So a lot of contacting. There's a lot of ways to find you guys. Anything else you guys want to add before we wrap up?
No, I think it's a good time to start looking because interest rates are still favorable. Don't put this off because a year from now we're not going to be in the same situation.
And Red Ledges as well.
Oh. Red Ledges is offering some great deals on lots. They've been the most active of any golf community going during the summer. And it's an incredible golf course. I'm a member, and I'm able to play it all the time.
How's the golf think?
It's great.
It's wonderful.
You love it?
Yep.
So Jack Nicklaus
signature.
Jack Nicklaus.
Jack Nicklaus.
Nicholas. I said Nicholas. See, I always get them mixed up. I say him and then I go, wait, which one's which? Oh, gosh. It's his signature golf course, and I know I've heard a lot of good things about it. So Jim and Billie, thanks for coming in. It's always a good time to see you guys. And, again, like I've said it over and over again, they're so personable and so nice. If you are wanting to talk to them about your first home, your second home, your next home you're wanting to buy, or trying to avoid that foreclosure, you can contact them. They're with Mountain Town Realty Group. We've got more coming up on the Mountain Morning Show. It's weather and trivia time, so we'll be right back.